Good evening, America. I'm Ali Mehdaoui, and this is What's New with ME. Tonight's top story, President Donald J. Trump yet again. He wants to send the troops marching, not overseas, not at the border, but straight to America's own cities. And no, this is not the trailer for a new dystopian Netflix series, though give it a week. Netflix will definitely option it. So here's a rundown. Trump has floated, and in some cases already started, deploying federal forces and National Guard units to Democratic stronghold cities. Now, we're talking Chicago, we're talking San Francisco, we're talking Oakland, New York, Baltimore, basically anywhere the mayors did not vote for him, or, as he puts it, cities in crisis. Now, in D.C., he's already federalized the police and rolled out armed National Guards paroles, even as violent crimes is at a 30-year low. That's right, less crime, more Humvees. Because nothing says public safety like sending a convoy through a neighborhood where the biggest emergency is someone's DoorDash arriving cold. Chicago, of course, is the headline. The Pentagon is reportedly drawing up contingency plans for as many as 1,700 troops by September. But Illinois' leaders are not having it. Governor J.P. Pritzker, Mayor Brandon Johnson, and Attorney General Kamala Raoul, they're all calling this unconstitutional, unwanted, and unnecessary. And here's the kicker. Chicago's homicides are actually down 30%. That's not a Fox News spin. That's official city data. So Democrats are asking, if crime is down, why are the troops up? Their argument, this is less about protecting citizens and more about political theater. You know, like when your uncle insists on bringing his karaoke machine to Thanksgiving dinner, nobody asked, nobody wants it, but now everyone has to live with it. Maryland Governor Westmore blasted Trump's threats to send troops into Baltimore. He called it racially charged scare tactics, noting homicides are down 20%. His point? Invest in violence prevention, not military patrols. Meanwhile, in San Francisco, Trump called the city badly managed and hinted that troops may be next. To which locals said, we already have tech bros on scooters, so thanks, but no thanks. And in Washington, D.C., schools reopened this week with parents finding armed patrols near their kids' classrooms. Parents were outraged, saying it felt like turning a school zone into a Call of Duty lobby. And honestly, it's hard to argue with them. One parent told reporters, leave our kids alone. That's not just a plea. That's about to be the slogan for every PTA bake sale in our country. So let's talk law. Critics say this risks violating the Posse Comitatus Act, which restricts the military from acting as domestic police. Legal experts warn that unless there is a bona fide emergency, this could be flat out unconstitutional. There's even a pending lawsuit in California, Newsom v. Trump, about his attempts to federalize the Guard in Los Angeles. The outcome there could actually set the stage for whether any of this holds up in court or if it's just political saber rattling. Think tanks like the Cato Institute call this the militarization of civilian life. Translation, when law and order looks less like Andy Griffith and more like the Purge. But let's be fair. Some law enforcement voices, including parts of the DC police union, have actually placed the temporary federal takeover as critical stopgap. They argue local departments are stretched thin and any help is better than none. And among Trump supporters, the sentiment is simple. Blue cities are chaotic, leaders are failing, and Washington needs to step in. To them, this isn't political overreach. It's a necessary intervention. So the divide is clear. One side sees troops as protectors. The other side sees them as political props. Here's where it gets surreal. Imagine explaining to your kids, honey, those aren't soldiers. Those are just new school crossing guards. With M-Force. Jokes aside, though, communities, and especially parents, are scared. They're not safer. Leaders are furious. And Americans are left wondering, when did public safety become a tug-of-war between local mayors and a president with a megaphone? Whether you lean left or right, you don't want your city turned into a backdrop for someone else's campaign rally. because safety shouldn't be a partisan issue. It's not Republican or Democrat. It's just human. So where does this end? Possibly in courtrooms, maybe in Congress, or maybe on the streets of America's biggest cities this fall. But one thing's for sure. If Trump actually follows through, we're looking at a constitutional showdown that could define the limits of presidential power in peacetime. Imagine if it wasn't peacetime. Until then, keep your eyes open, your facts straight, and your sense of humor sharp. Because when politics start looking like a video game, laughter may be the only cheat code we have left. I'm Ali Mehdaoui, and this was What's New with ME. Stay safe, stay informed, and maybe double check that Humvee outside your window isn't just an Amazon delivery truck.
In a world of digital noise, your brand deserves a command center. Welcome to ME Studios, where your vision doesn't just get captured, it gets amplified. This isn't just another production space. This is your complete media powerhouse. Our multi-unit facility in New Jersey is engineered for brands that refuse to be overlooked. We transform your voice into professional podcasts streaming on Spotify, Amazon Music, and beyond. Your stories become headlines across 300 plus media outlets, including Fox, ABC. Behind every viral moment is strategy. Our content creation and SEO campaigns don't just chase trends, they create them. From concept to distribution, we build the digital presence others envy. Your brand, your voice, your time to dominate. Visit the mestudios.net and turn potential into impact.
Welcome back, America. I'm Ali Mehdaoui, and this is What's New with ME. Right now, we're also going to be covering a story that isn't just headlines. It's a history being recorded right before our eyes. 5 journalists were killed in Gaza during Israeli attacks on Nasser Hospital. The entire moment was caught live on international television. Now, before I dive in, let me make something absolutely clear. This isn't about politics. I voted for Obama, McCain, and Trump. So if you're trying to put me in a box, good luck. It won't fit. And this isn't about religion either. My mom is Muslim, my dad is Catholic, and my immediate family, we've got just about every faith represented. I was raised in a home where Sunday church, Friday prayers, Saturday temple visits, and holiday dinners all sat at the same table. So what I'm about to say doesn't come from bias. It comes from the human place inside me that aches when innocent lives are lost. Are the facts. On August 25th, 2025, 2 Israeli strikes hit Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis, Gaza. At least 20 people were killed, including 5 journalists who were doing their job, bearing witness for the world. The journalists killed were Miriam Daga, freelance visual journalist who worked with the Associated Press, Hussam Al-Mazri, Reuters photographer, Mohammed Salama, Al Jazeera cameraman, Moaz Abu Taha, freelance reporter with Reuters, Ahmed Abdulaziz, contributor to Middle East Eye. What makes this even harder to process is that the second airstrike landed right as medics and fellow reporters rushed in to help while cameras were still rolling. The world saw it unfold live. The human cost is beyond this attack. Since this conflict reignited in October 2023, the scale of loss is a staggering over 62,000 Palestinians who have lost their lives. Nearly half of them were women and children. 156,000 wounded and millions displaced. On the Israeli side, about 1,195 people were killed in the initial Hamas attack, including 815 civilians and many soldiers taken hostage. And it's not just bombs. Famine has officially been declared in Gaza. More than 500,000 people are in catastrophic hunger conditions right now as we speak, with children dying from malnutrition and starvation. Over 117 children already lost to hunger alone. Families line up for food and never arrives. Parents watch their kids wasted away and nothing they can do. This was not just about buildings collapsing or smoke rising into the sky. This was about silencing voices, journalists, medics, everyday people who remind the world of truth. And when the truth dies, humanity follows. International leaders, journalistic unions, and human rights organizations have condemned these strikes. Even Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu expressed deep regrets and called for an investigation. Still, the question remains, why were journalists and medics in the line of fire twice, and why are families starving in plain sight? Let me say this plainly. I love my Jewish brothers and sisters. I love my Muslim brothers and sisters. I love my Christian brothers and sisters. I love human beings who want to live in peace and dignity. This tragedy isn't about sides. It's about lives, and right now, way too many people have gone. One day, students will open the history books and they will read about this, and the question will be asked, where were you? What did you say when journalists were silenced, when hunger-starved children were placed in the middle of hospitals that were bombed? I don't have all the answers, but I know this. Silence is not an option. I plead with you, not as a politician or a religious figure, but as a human being. Let the war end, the bomb end, the suffering end, the hunger end. Let compassion win. I'm Ali Mehdaoui, and this has been What's New with ME. Stay informed, stay human, and above all, stay compassionate. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what you believe, we all bleed the same.
In a world of digital noise, your brand deserves a command center. Welcome to ME Studios, where your vision doesn't just get captured, it gets amplified. This isn't just another production space. This is your complete media powerhouse. Our multi-unit facility in New Jersey is engineered for brands that refuse to be overlooked. We transform your voice into professional podcasts streaming on Spotify, Amazon Music, and beyond. Your stories become headlines across 300+ media outlets, including Fox, ABC. Behind every viral moment is strategy. Our content creation and SEO campaigns don't just chase trends, they create them. From concept to distribution, we build the digital presence others envy. Your brand, your voice, your time to dominate. Visit the mestudios.net and turn potential into impact.